Most business owners are using AI completely wrong, and it's costing them hours every single week. Today, I'm going to show you one AI tool that has silently become one of the biggest productivity hacks. And I'm going to show you exactly how to use it in your business starting today. Today, we're going to be talking about the Claude Desktop app, and specifically what the desktop app can do that the browser simply just cannot. And before you say, I already use ChatGPT, stick with me, because what I'm about ready to show you is something that most people have never seen AI do. So as I mentioned before in this video, we're going to be going over the differences between Claude's browser, which is Claude's website, Claude AI, as well as Claude's desktop app, and the differences between each one of them and why business owners should be utilizing the desktop app for their business to save time. So as you can see right now, I am in Claude AI, the browser, and it's set up just like every other LLM, like ChatGPT, Perplexity, or any of the other LLMs for the most part. There are a couple differences. Let me show you around a little bit. Right here on the sidebar, we have a new chat. So right now it shows that I am in a new chat. Right here, we can go to search. We can search for any other type of conversations we've had in the past or projects that we've built directly in the browser. Chats is kind of like the same thing with the search, except it just specifically goes off of the chats itself. Same thing with projects. The projects that you have going on right now within the browser itself and no chats. You've got code right here. If you click on this, it'll take you to this screen right here. And for you to be able to use Claude Code, you do have to have the desktop app. It won't work on the browser. Customize. When you come here, you can customize skills and connectors. We'll go over this later in the video. Right here is design. And when you click on design, it takes you right here to the Claude design interface, which there's a whole lot of things going on within Claude design. That's going to be reserved for another video because we could go down a rabbit hole with this. Going back now to Claude AI's browser, there's a couple different other things that we can look at, like artifacts, which if you select a new artifact right here, there's different things that you can create and do. And all of this, yes, is within the Claude AI browser, which is completely free to utilize. Now, the reason why I'm creating this video is because I wanted to show you the differences between the browser and the desktop and how much more beneficial the browser is for business owners. To be able to get the browser, you will have to download Claude Code, and to be able to do this, you go to claude.com/download. And then when you come up to the screen, it'll look something like this. If you have an Apple device, download it to Mac, or you can download to Windows. Once you've downloaded the app, you will be able to get access to the desktop, which looks exactly like this, very similar to the browser. The only difference is if you look right over here on the left-hand side, you've got a chat box now, you've got cowork, and you've got code. So there's different sections or availabilities within the desktop that you don't get in the browser. Let's show you some of the tasks that the Claude Desktop can do that the browser cannot. That will definitely benefit you as a business owner. One of the things that it can do is that when you go into your email or into your Google Drive or any other site, you're able to bring up an overlay of Claude Chat. Let me show you real quick. Right now, I am in my email, and I had received an email from someone in regards to what I do on Claude AI. And I want some help with AI to create a response for this email. Instead of opening up a new tab and going back and forth between copying and pasting, that over time takes up a lot of time. And as business owners, we don't have that kind of time to be able to be wasting. So this feature alone is a time saver, and on average can save a business owner 30 to 45 minutes a week. And it doesn't really seem like that much time, but for business owners, that's an extra hour or so that we have that we can use to build our business. So let me show you how this works real quick. If you've got an Apple computer and you double click Option on your keyboard, the overlay of Claude Desktop pops up automatically. So that's pretty cool in itself because it doesn't require you to navigate out of the window that you're currently in. So to be able to make this work from here, what we want to do, and as I explained before, I want some help to create an email response from this for this email that was sent to me. So I'm going to type in this: help me create a professional email response to this email. Now, because chat does not read your screen and there is an availability, a way that you can turn it on, I don't have mine turned on, so I'm just showing you the very basics of how this works. You do want to be able to copy and paste the email that you've got into this box so that way Claude can understand the context. So then we'll paste that and we'll press enter. What it does is it automatically takes you back into the desktop. It'll spit you out 2 different responses, and you can choose from those 2 different responses that it gives you. There we go. So we have a warm and detailed email response, and we have a concise and direct email response. And if I read through it, there's a couple of things that I may change about it, make it sound a little more like me, but this saved me at least 20 minutes writing this out. So I've got this option, warm and detailed, or I got a concise and direct, which again is a lot shorter, but there are a few things that I would change about it because it doesn't really sound too much like me. It definitely sounds like an AI. I would not recommend just going with anything that Claude types up for you. You still want to make it as detailed and as authentic as possible. The whole point of this is to help you save time. What you're able to do from here is you're able to copy what you have depending on which one you want to utilize. You copy the message right here, you go back into your email, and you respond just like that. Of course, updating it however you need to update it before you send it out. Again, like I said, this task that Claude allows you to do on here through the desktop definitely saves you a lot of time as a whole. It may not save you a whole lot of time in the current moment, but over time throughout the week, it adds up a lot. And as business owners, I know we all can agree on that. But something else that Claude Desktop can do that the browser just simply cannot is run tasks autonomously. What do I mean by that? You might be saying, well, Allie, I can have ChatGPT or Claude running tasks for me and it does it on its own. Well, the problem with that is that it doesn't remember the tasks that you want, especially if it's a daily task. It doesn't remember those daily tasks. And so each time you want it done, you have to come back in and reprompt it and do it every single day, which yes, it does save time. But what if you had it scheduled to happen every single morning at let's say 8 o'clock? That would be helpful, right? It would be the same task every single day, Monday through Friday. Let me show you how that works. So first off, what you would want to do, of course, getting into your desktop, you want to go to customize. You want to go to connectors, because depending on what you want Claude to do and the tasks that you want Claude to run, more than likely you have to be able to connect some connectors with Claude. For instance, I've got Google Drive, Make, and Notion connected to mine at this current moment. If you want to add more connectors, Claude's got a ton of different connectors that you can connect to, like Canva, Shopify, Microsoft 65, HubSpot, Miro. I mean, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. I mean, look at all of this. So there's a lot of different things that you can connect that Claude can help you with autonomously. Now with these connectors are available on the free version of Claude. But again, on the free version of Claude, it does not allow you to schedule tasks. It only allows you to run tasks as you prompt it. So once you've got everything connected, you have your connectors connected, and you want to schedule something, then you type in to Claude and you simply ask Claude to do the task for you. Oh, and one thing I did forget to mention is the only way that you would be able to schedule your task as if you're in Claude Cowork, which again is only available on the desktop application. So let me show you something real quick. I've got a couple different things scheduled already. So for instance, my daily morning brief happens every morning at 6 a.m. I have instructions right here for my prompt and for my personal AI assistant, Sage. And basically what she does on a regular basis is every morning at 6 o'clock, she sends me a morning brief. And let me show you what that morning brief looks like. So here's my morning brief that gets sent to me every morning at 6 a.m. And it just goes over certain things, the weather, some AI updates and news, networking events, so on and so forth. And I get this every single morning at 6 a.m. I don't have to do anything. I've set it up. And as you can see right here under the history, it just runs on its own. Let's set up a new scheduled task so I can show you exactly how it works. All right, so this is the prompt that I have that I'm going to be using. It says, please schedule a daily task Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. We gather the information from the daily brief that Sage sends me every morning and prioritizes the AI news into a spreadsheet of the most pertinent information that directly affects business owners and upload that spreadsheet into my Google Drive. And again, when you do this, you do need to be in cowork or else it will not work. Okay, so now you see that we have submitted the request to schedule a daily task from Claude. And it goes down through a whole thought process. It did ask me a couple extra questions, which it'll typically do. It'll ask you a couple different questions to ensure that it schedules your task appropriately. And then it goes down, it says, good, I see your drive structure, because it's looking at my Google Drive account that it has connection, and notices that there's not an existing project or personal AI assistant folder within Google Drive, so it's going to create it for me. This is the really cool thing about Claude Cowork and scheduling the tasks is that it'll walk you through each step that it goes through. So you can keep an eye on what's going on. And I do suggest when you first start working with Claude and you give it tasks, I would stay there and watch and make sure that it completes the task correctly. Because as most people know, AI is not perfect. It does very good job, but it's not perfect. And so when starting out, you always, as a good rule of thumb, you always want to be sure that you are monitoring everything that it does. So now that it comes down here, it created the folder. Now it's setting up the scheduled task. All right, cool. Scheduled task. Weekly 8 a.m. Pulls Sage's daily AI brief from Google Drive. Curates AI top news for business owners. Upload spreadsheet to Google Drive. All right, cool. So we're going to schedule that. Cool. So this is exactly what what AI did. And all of this from this small prompt. It set up everything. AI Daily Briefs folder created the Google Drive. Scheduled task running every Monday through Friday at 8:05 a.m. Each morning, it will search Google Drive for Sage's most recent brief from the past 24 hours, which is what I asked it to do. Pull additional AI news from the web to fill any gaps. Filter and rank only what directly affects business owners. Tools, automation updates, pricing changes, regulations, client-facing AI shifts. Build a color-coded Excel spreadsheet with priority rankings, Act Now Monitor, FYI only, and plain language summary tab. This is perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So what we can do to test it out to make sure it's working appropriately is I can go click run now and have it actually do the task right now for me, and we can see what it comes up with. Let's try that right now. To be able to run now, to do the run now, as I mentioned before, you can only schedule task in cowork. And so when you're in cowork and you come right here to the sidebar, you'll see right here where it says scheduled. You want to click on that. Right here is the brief that I just created. So I'm going to click on it. And this is where you're going to hit the run now so it can run the activity now or the task now so that way you can make sure that it is exactly how you want it. And if there's any changes that need to be made once you see it, then you can go back in and prompt them to change certain things about it, so that way it can get to the point where you want it. All right, so I just clicked run now. You can see right here the history today at 4:40 p.m. and it's running right now. So we'll come back to that here in a little bit. It does take a little while because it is searching the web and it is finding all those AI news, and then it will be creating the spreadsheet. So typically speaking, it could take anywhere from maybe about 5 to 15 minutes or so for it to do everything that it needs to do. Okay, so the task has been ran. It took about 14-15 minutes to complete. Like I mentioned before, because it's scouring the web, it does take a little bit longer, but only 15 minutes compared to however long it would take you to do it on your own, right? Okay, so let's go find this in the Google Drive now to see what it looks like. All right, in the Google Drive now, AI Daily Briefs, like I had asked it to create. This is from today. Let's go ahead and click on it and see what it looks like. So this is exactly what I'm gonna move my image up here real quick so everybody can see. This is exactly what AI created from that single prompt that I showed you. We got a headline right here: Go High Level Conversation AI now runs inbound SMS, DMs, and web chats 24/7. Gives me one summary sentence, why it matters to business owners, action or watch. This one, it says I need to act now on it. Tool update, the source where it got it from, and the date. So, and it's all color coded too. All the act nows are red. All the monitored things are yellow. And the FYI only is just plain. And this is something that, as a business owner, to have a task run like this, something that would typically take you hours to complete with a whole bunch of research, literally takes 15 minutes and is done for you. Imagine having this ready for you every single morning when you wake up. Your AI runs for you and creates and runs the task while you're sleeping. You wake up in the morning, you get this task to update yourself, and in my situation or case, it would be on AI for businesses. And what I could do is I could take it with me and read it whenever I'm drinking my coffee in the morning and get updated on everything that I need to know. This is something that every single business owner needs to start utilizing more. You need to create scheduled tasks that AI can run for you like this. It doesn't have to specifically be like I did. It could be anything specific to your use case, like whatever you need help with, whatever you do on a daily basis that could be outsourced to AI, and get AI to do it for you to save that time. And this is what Claude Desktop within cowork can do for you. And one more task that Claude Desktop can do that Claude browser just simply cannot is that it can link up to your Claude app on your phone. Let me show you. In the cowork section, it shows right here dispatch, and it's still under a beta right now at this current time. But if you click on it, what you're able to do is you're able to set it up within your app on your phone and link it. So that way you don't necessarily have to be on your desktop to talk to your agents that you build, to talk to a personal assistant that you've built. Let's say that you're out and about at a networking event and someone comes up to you and wants a proposal, let's say for instance, on whatever services that you provide. You open up your app for Claude, and as long as you have all the connectors connected together exactly the way it needs to be, your agent can create that proposal for you and send it directly to that person almost immediately. To utilize the platform in that way is beyond any other thing that I know of currently. I love messing with this. I love playing with this. I love being able to talk to new people and send them updates almost immediately after I meet them, and then they'll come back up to me and be like, how did you do that? And I'll show them. I'll be like, oh, I just used my Claude app, and everything that we discussed just now I told to my agent, and my agent created a email to send over to you right now with all the information that you were requesting or you would like to know. And it's simple as that. So anyways, these are just a few of the use cases that Claude can do, Claude Desktop can do that Claude Browser cannot. There are so many more things that it's capable of and that it can do. These are, I feel like, are a couple of the basic areas that business owners need to know about to get started. As always, please make sure you subscribe and leave in the chat and let me know what you're going to be able to take away from this video and what you're going to start utilizing right now. Stay tuned for my weekly drops on new tutorials. Take care.